Hello and thanks for joining. Today's topic is going to be an Excel 2013 tutorial, and it's going to be tutorial number 11. I'm going to start with some advanced functions. I'm going to show you how to use the trim, the substitute, and the replace function. I wanted to point out my website is www.10minutetrain.com, where all of these tutorials will be posted. And then here's some other links that may be of interest to you, including the YouTube channel. What I've done here is I've created a short list of names and addresses, and I'm going to show you some advanced functions that you can use to clean this up. Obviously in this case it's only 4 lines. It'd be pretty easy to manually clean up, but if you had hundreds and or thousands of lines, you'd want to use some advanced functions to help clean up this data. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the substitute command or substitute function in order to clean up all these commas that I have in here. You see I have lots of commas and I want to clean those up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to use the formula equals substitute, hit the tab key, and then the text where I want to substitute is going to be the cell number. And then what I do, I hit comma, and the old text I want to filter out these commas. So what I do, I put quote, comma, close quote, and then I hit another comma to move on to the new text. So what do I want to replace it with? If I just want to delete them and remove it without any spaces, I can put 2 quotation marks there, and then I can go ahead and close that out, and I'm going to go ahead and hit return. You see what happened there. It removed all the commas, but you'll notice I have Tom space Jones with no space between there. So what I probably want to do here is I want to go over here. If I go back into the formula and I go to the next one, old text, yes, I'm looking for a comma, and then I go to new text, and now what I want to do is I want to put a space in there. So wherever I replace multiple commas, I'll go ahead and put in a space, and I'm going to go ahead and hit return, and you can see what happened there. Now added the space. So now I'm going to copy that down, formula down. You can see what happened there. I've got nice clean data. Now I want to clean it up some more because I don't want all these spaces in here. So how I can do that, I can say equals, I can use the trim function, hit the tab key. What data do I want to trim? And what this trim function does is remove all the excess spaces. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight cell B2 in this case and hit return, or close the parentheses, hit return, and there you have a nice clean list of data with the excess spaces removed. So I'm going to copy that down, and now I'm going to scroll over and show you something else that we could use. A replace function comes in handy when you have data that you want to that's in a consistent pattern. So I'm going to go over here for a minute and I'm going to edit this first. Let's assume this let's assume these all came in with 3 asterisk symbols in front of them for some reason, the way it was imported, and you've got thousands of rows to clean up. So I'll put them all in here, and now I'm going to use the replace function. So I'm going to go over here, scroll over and use the replace function to get rid of those asterisk symbols. So I'm going to say equals replace, and the text that I want to replace is in this cell A2, comma, and now I move back over here. My start number is going to be the position. So in the case of the commas we couldn't use it, but in the position we can, because it's always in position 1. And then we do comma, and we do, how many numbers of characters are there? There's 3 of them, so we do 3. And then the new text, we hit comma, and the new text is going to be just wipe out that space, which means 2 quotes without any space between them. Hit return, and there you have it. I've removed the asterisk symbols. So that's what I wanted to share on this tutorial. When you come back in tutorial number 12, I'm going to go into some other functions where we can kind of clean up this data and break it out into different cells using some different functions. So thanks for joining. Take care.